Hey YouTube, thought I would cover a build that I'm starting or have started already. It's a micro Losi micro T based off of micro T parts. It's a 1/35th scale Dodge Viper, the Dodge Viper SRT ACR. I built a scale truck off of the '99 Chevy Silverado last year for my son. This one, I don't know if you can see it. This one right here. I built it using this guy, the Losi micro rock crawler, and it's been a while, so I've been wanting to do one. So this is what I'm doing. I've got been trying to figure out how to do it, how I wanted to put it together. I just didn't want to, slap a body on it. I wanted to make it look like a real thing. So what I've come up with so far is I'm using some really thin aluminum sheet for the chassis, and I'm going to bind it. I'm going to bind it between the car parts and the sheet of aluminum. I'm a little bit worried about it being too thin because it's really thin, but I think between the aluminum and the model parts, it'll be rigid enough to where it'll work real good. So I'll show you what I've got so far. Let's see. Yeah, that's the truck I built off of last year. Okay. So, alright. So this is the aluminum that I was telling you about. It's pretty thin, but I made some measurements. I use a Dremel when I can. I got this little Dremel drill set to make drill my holes so I can mount the rear. I'll mount it right there. So basically what I plan on doing so far is you can see my lines I've cut. When I get through, I'm going to cut it out, and I'm going to sandwich it in here, and then it'll be underneath all this, so where you can't really see it, hopefully. So I'm going to put all this together. It's kind of hard to do it. Yeah, so I'm going to put this, and I'm going to work this in there, make it rigid, make it more rigid. There's going to be a little bit of an issue with the width of the body not being wide enough. See if I can get this on here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, there's one. so it's gonna be a little bit issue. This is just kind of a dry mock-up, but I'll sandwich it in here. Sandwich it in here. It's about like a quarter of an inch or so. It's gonna stick out on both sides. You can see it's gonna stick out, so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to figure out a way to widen the body a little bit, and I kind of like that idea because I can make it look like the was it the Grand Am series race cars where the wheel well or the wheel wells are always widened out because it's got a wider stance. So I'm probably going to do something like that with the wheel wells in the front and the back, and the front is going to be probably it'll be a lot more aggressive probably as far as the making it wide enough to where it looks right. I've got these Losi. I got these yesterday actually. Most of my parts I picked up from Hobbytown USA, but Losi's got these 22. They call them 22s, but here's the stock tire. And if you compare them up, they're almost the same size. I mean, there's probably like a quarter of an inch difference in diameter height, but the width are pretty much the same width. And then the wheel design is almost the same. It's a five lug or 5-star, so it's almost the same. So it'll look really close, look really scale. That's what I've gotten. It's about as far as I've gotten so far in my build. Having to do a lot of cutting away to make room for the suspension to fit in there. I'm gonna have to cut away in the back of the trunk, whatever, all that'll probably be gone. I'm not sure if I'm gonna